Hey everyone, TuberCuber here. It's been a while since I've uploaded, but I'm so happy to tell you I'm finally going to another WCA competition. This is Colonial Cube Clash 2025, and here are my mains and goals. It's been a while since I've uploaded. I kind of just drifted away from cubing, which is pretty common for a lot of cubers, but I'm finally back as this competition's only an hour away, and I'm very excited. It has some events I love, so let's tell you my mains and goals. First, let's start off with what I've been practicing the least, and that's honestly Pyraminx. I used to really love Pyraminx, and I really love this Pyraminx. This is the Moyu Weilong non-maglev Stevens version, I believe. It's set up by the Cubicle. And I really love this. It turns really fast. But, I don't know. I used to really enjoy Pyraminx. I used to do it a lot and try to get good times. But I think, like, this is just being overshadowed by these other events. There's also only one round, so there's no pressure into getting into a second round or final. For goals, I'd like to be a sub 10 average, but honestly, just like 12-second average maybe. And then single, I really don't care. My PB is 6 seconds, which I know I'm not beating. So honestly, really boring there. Sorry, Pyraminx, lots of love to you, but this just isn't your competition. So I actually lied about what I'm practicing the least, because what I'm practicing the least is one-handed. I hate one-handed. This is probably my least favorite event. I'd probably solve 10 5x5s blindfolded before I took this event seriously. The only reason I'm competing in this is because the cutoff time is 5 minutes, meaning a toddler could get an average here, and I'm trying to get a single and an average for every single WCA event. And if I'm going to do one, I'm solving two. I've already cheated. But if I'm gonna get an average, this is the competition. Averaging under 2 minutes. Sometimes it's under 1:30, which is a fairly common cutoff time, but I'm just gonna do this, get the average, and then never do one-handed again. And to clarify, this is the X-Men Tornado V3 Great Cube. All right, now let's go into something I've actually been practicing for, just 4x4. 4x4, we're maining the Angstrom YJ MGC Elite, or just the MGC. I don't think there's an Elite. I know a lot of people moved on to the Vin Cube, which I believe is like the successor kind of, or there's something like other. But I'm still rocking this cube. Probably a couple years old at this point, but I really like it. I think it turns really well. Corner cutting's nice. Pops rarely, but sometimes like a centerpiece will get misaligned. But I've actually been really practicing for this, and I would really like a sub 1 minute single. I have like one in competition, and another one would be really nice, but I'm not getting many at home. So if we get a lucky scramble, can happen. I would usually the goal for 4x4 is to just get an average and make the cutoff time, but the cutoff time for this competition is 9 minutes. So I could completely mess this up like during the solve and then just do it all over again, mess that up, do it again, and still make the cutoff time. 9 minutes. So my goal for the average, PB average would be nice. I believe it's 1:06. But sub minute 15 average is probably gonna be the goal here. I like 4x4, but improvements is fairly difficult because you also need to be practicing 3x3. But 4x4, love ya, love this cube, would really recommend it. Now let's go on to what I've been obsessing over a lot, which is the square one. We are maining the YJ MGC 2x2, not 2x2. The YJ MGC square one set up by the Derby Cuber setup. So it's also maglev, I believe, from the Cubicle. I have like only premium setup puzzles because I'm a snob. I've really been enjoying square one, and this is probably what my goals for are the most serious here. I absolutely want a sub minute average. My personal best in comp is like 1 minute and 1 second for the average. So a sub 1 minute average is something I absolutely need. I'm fairly confident I'm going to get that. The cutoff time is 1:30, which I'm very confident I'm going to achieve. But a sub 1 minute average I'd really like, and a sub 50-second average, I'd be very happy. Single, I honestly don't know if I'll beat that. It's about 30 seconds. I'm getting a fair amount of sub 30 solves with square one. So it's possible if I can get PBs in both average and single for this, really happy. But probably this might be my biggest goal for the comp. Break my PB average and get a sub minute average. That'd be awesome. All right, now everyone's favorite event, 3x3. And in past competitions, I honestly did not practice for 3x3 that much because there'd be other things like Pyraminx or 2x2 or clock, and those are events I really like. But 3x3, well, of course it's the main event, but I've always just liked other events too. But 3x3 I've put a lot more focus on, and it's really been paying off. I'd like to say I'm like sub 20, like officially. Like I'm pretty much always getting sub 20 solves, but sometimes I'll mess up, usually on the cross or F2L, and not get a sub 20 solve. but a sub 20 average, I would really like that, and that's probably my goal here. I have one sub 20 average, that's my PR in comp, so another one would be super awesome. And this is my first competition in about 2 years, really, or about a year and a half, I'd say. And my last one was in early 2024. I was still using like all these cubes. I haven't really gotten any new cubes since then. But this is the Angstrom setup, Wameg YS3M Balkor Maglev. Probably one of the best cubes I've ever used. I've tried the Weilong, RS3M's good, and I do have the Super, which is probably going to be my warm-up cube. I like the Super. A little too fast, not enough corner cutting for me though. So the Angstrom YS3M, even though it's a bit older and a lot of people moved on to like the Weilong and stuff, I still love it. And sub 20 single, I'm really hoping I get at least one of those. I don't have that many in comp. I have like maybe 3 or 4. So sub 20 single. PB's PR in comp is 16 seconds. So breaking that would be nice. I'm getting a fair amount of 15s. And if I get like a sub 15, like a 14 or a 13, that'd be awesome. And I'm getting those every now and then at home. So knowing me, I'll probably mess up and get a sub like 25 and like be above 20. But sub 20 average would be awesome. PB average plus like square one. Like these are my 2 like main events for this competition. That'd be everything. But I'm not really worried about my PR streak, which I've gotten at least 1 PR in every single competition. One, because I don't know if this is cheating, but I'm definitely going to be getting a one-handed average unless I like DNF both solves. So, and then square one, fairly confident I will break my PR average, but it's just a goal because like I absolutely need that. And 404 in PR Minx. 404 I've actually been practicing, but like my times are just really good in comp, so I don't know if I'll break that. And if you're interested in methods I'm using, layer by layer, Yao, one-handed I'm just using the beginner's method because I don't have any of the Alex in my one-handed muscle memory. CFOP I learned full OL like 2 days ago, and I do plan on using it in comp, but some of the recognition times are taking me like 2 seconds. So if I get a bad case, like I'm probably just gonna do beginner. Beginner OLL, and square one, whatever Ting Man taught in his tutorial, plus intermediate cube shape. So that's my mains and goals, and I'm really excited for Colonial Cube Clash. Again, haven't been to a comp since December 2024, so I am super excited to get back to competing because South Virginia has not had any competitions whatsoever. As for the future of this channel, I absolutely plan on uploading more. I know it's been over a year since I've uploaded. I recorded a couple solves from competitions I've been to, such as the one in 2024 and Virginia Championship 2023. Never got to uploading those, but I will be vlogging this competition, will be uploading, plus some solves, and we'll be doing an unboxing. So I'm very excited for the future of this channel, and we're back, baby. That's all for this mains and goals videos. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're going to the competition, let me know, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching, keep cubing, and I'll see you later.